My name is Phill Allen. I'm from Idaho and Nez Perce. And on this segment, we're going to talk about tribes. And what does that mean? Well, tribe is a group of people recognized. And recognized means like the federal government will recognize who we are as a group of people. And right now, there are approximately 574 federally recognized. And there's actually state recognized as well, but that's in the 300s. And then there are tribes that no longer exist or aren't recognized. So what does this mean? Well, a tribe by recognition, it gives tribal people a distinct political identity, a distinct racial identity, and we have a different relationship with the governments than the average citizen, U.S. citizen. So it's an important thing, and what I'm trying to do is trying to get people to understand that the tribes we have a different status than every other American in the country. And what I mean a different status is laws that pertain to us, depends on what state we live in, looking at geography, looking at numbers of people. There's a lot of stuff that goes into tribal recognition. It's an important aspect. And for myself as a Nez Perce, there's probably maybe 3,800 or so of us that are enrolled in the Nez Perce tribe, which is located up in Idaho. It's near Lewiston, Idaho, about 15-20 minutes from there. Other tribes are much bigger. We have tribes that are in the 10,000s. We have a few tribes that are in the 100,000s. Speaking about tribes as a teacher or as an educator, just to recognize how much different we really are. Our languages are different. We might have similarities. The Yakima, the Nez Perce, the Umatilla, we have a language that's very similar, and it's what they call the plateau. You have the Shoshone, the Shoshone Paiute, the Shoshone Bannock, you have the Kootenays, you have all these different tribal groups and their different dialects. And so, what I want to do is point out the differences. Idaho, there's actually probably been more tribes, but right now within the state border, there's technically 5. And you have the different parts of the state. And it's important to understand geography. Geography is like the place where you live at, whether you live in the mountains or you live on the plains. And where I live, it's kind of different because we all have wheat fields, different landscape. The rivers are different, the trees are different. I mean, there's a lot of differences. And tribes attach themselves. There's a sense of place. And I know one thing I always ask people is like, where are you from? If I know you're from Idaho, then I know that you know some of the things I understand, and so that's the reason that we do that. As Native people, we do that, like I'll ask somebody at a powwow or at a gathering or education conference. Even with the geography, I mean, it's so attached. It's another way of understanding how the tribes are different. I'm a native from Idaho. This is where I come from. My origin stories, my creation story comes from where I live. And even things like food. I mean, sometimes you're known by the foods that your tribe eats a lot. And this is kind of understand, I'll say for ourselves, we eat cows. It's a root, an edible root that we use in different ways. And a lot of the other tribes would call us the cows eaters. So just to kind of give you an example in terms of the tribes. It makes me feel good when people ask me where you're from and don't generalize just because I'm a native. I want to make sure that you recognize me as a Nez Perce